If you're over 60, please don't skip this video. It could change how you sleep, how you use the bathroom, and even how you live the final chapters of your life. Have you ever felt the need to urinate constantly, struggled to start your stream, or woken up in the middle of the night just to use the bathroom? Chances are, your prostate may be silently enlarging and you don't even know it yet. But here's the thing, it's not always just about age. Many men live strong and healthy into their 70s and 80s simply because they avoid 10 everyday habits we're about to reveal. I'm a doctor. I've seen men suffer from ignoring the warning signs. And I've seen others dramatically improve their prostate health just by changing a few daily habits. And habit number 1. It's the most dangerous one because almost everyone overlooks it. Do you often tell yourself, I'd better not drink more water, or I'll have to go to the bathroom again soon? Have you ever cut back on water during the day just to avoid those late-night wake-ups, dragging yourself out of bed, stumbling through the dim light to find the bathroom? If so, you're not alone. Many people over 60 do exactly that because they're tired, they don't want the hassle, or they simply don't want to be bothered by their bladder. But here's the hidden danger. This is one of the most damaging habits for your prostate. When you don't drink enough water, your urine becomes more concentrated. That means your bladder has to work harder to hold and push out that dense urine, leading to irritation, strain, and pressure that falls directly onto your prostate just below. And it doesn't stop there. When your body lacks water, toxins begin to build up in your urinary system. Mild inflammation can start, then repeat over and over. This ongoing stress quietly stimulates the prostate to swell, not with pain, but with long-term discomfort and urinary problems. Worse yet, many medications that older adults take, like blood pressure pills or diuretics, cause fluid loss as a side effect. Without proper hydration, the risks become even greater. So ironically, by avoiding water to skip a few bathroom trips, you might be setting your body on a path to even more frequent and urgent urination. But the solution is simple. You don't need to chug large amounts of water. Just sip small amounts consistently throughout the day. Watch the color of your urine. Pale yellow is good. If it turns dark, that's your body's gentle warning sign. And remember, don't fear water. See it as your natural shield, quietly protecting your prostate from inflammation, swelling, and urinary trouble. Staying well hydrated won't just keep your prostate healthier. It can help you sleep better, reduce inflammation, and slow prostate enlargement as you age. Habit 9. Sitting too long without moving. Do you often spend hours sitting on the couch watching TV, reading the newspaper, or simply gazing quietly out the window? If you do, that's completely understandable. At this age, rest is essential. But when you sit for long stretches without moving at all, your prostate might be quietly protesting without you even realizing it. Here's why. When you sit too long, the weight of your body presses down on your pelvic area, right where the prostate is located. That constant pressure reduces blood flow, leaving the lower region starved of oxygen and nutrients. Over time, this can increase inflammation, irritation, and lead to gradual prostate enlargement. Imagine your pelvic area as a small garden. If you don't water it, if sunlight doesn't reach it, your plants wither. In your body, watering is blood circulation. And sitting still for too long, that's how you let your garden fade day by day. Even worse, lack of movement weakens your pelvic muscles. This creates a chain reaction: incomplete urination, leftover urine, bladder irritation, and extra stress on the prostate. Many people think, I'm just resting. But in truth, that stillness is quietly setting the stage for long-term trouble. The solution, incredibly simple: stand up every 30 minutes. Take a few steps around the house, stretch, or do light movements. You don't need to jog. You don't need the gym. You just need to move gently, regularly, and with care for your body. Don't let a quiet lifestyle create a silent rebellion inside. Stand up for your health, for better sleep, and for days free from the constant worrying of needing the bathroom every hour. If you're a man over 60 and you're waking up 2 or 3 times a night just to use the bathroom, if your stream has become weak, starts and stops, or your bladder never quite feels empty, then please take a few minutes to watch this video, because it might save you from years of silent suffering. You might think, it's just aging, but the truth is, age is only part of the story. The rest, it's hidden in your everyday habits. Small things you do without realizing they may be quietly causing your prostate to swell day by day. I'm a doctor. In over 20 years of treating older men, I've seen two types of people. The first suffer in silence, change nothing, and end up relying on medications, sometimes even surgery. The second make a few simple changes and experience near miraculous improvements in their health. Today, I'm revealing 10 common but surprisingly dangerous habits that put pressure on your prostate. And habit number 1, it's something over 90% of men do without ever realizing the damage. This isn't a scare video. It's a roadmap out of nighttime urination, weak flow, and discomfort naturally, safely, and without needing medication right away. So please watch until the end, because once you understand what you're about to hear, you'll be able to take control of your health and your future. For many older adults, that first cup of hot coffee in the morning, steam rising, aroma filling the room is one of life's simple pleasures. But have you ever noticed that just a few hours later, you're rushing to the bathroom? Or that you urgently need to go even before you finish your second cup? That's no coincidence. Coffee, with its high caffeine content, is a natural diuretic. It makes your kidneys produce urine faster and stimulates your bladder to empty more frequently. Now, if you're over 60 and your prostate has already begun to enlarge, this becomes a bigger problem. Every time your bladder fills too quickly, it puts extra pressure on your already sensitive prostate, triggering irritation and inflammation. But it doesn't stop there. Caffeine also causes the muscles around the bladder neck to contract more strongly. This can prevent you from fully emptying your bladder. The result? You're left with that nagging sensation of always needing to pee even when your bladder is nearly empty. It's uncomfortable, distracting, and can go on all day long. And if you're still drinking several cups a day, strong coffee, black tea, or even energy drinks, you're putting your prostate under constant stress without giving it time to recover. The good news, you don't have to give up coffee entirely. Just cut it down. 1 cup in the morning is enough. Then switch to herbal teas, warm water with lemon, or other non-caffeinated drinks. It's a small change, but it can bring real relief to your bladder and prostate. You'll find yourself running to the bathroom less often, sleeping more peacefully, and no longer dreading every trip outside because of sudden, urgent urges. You're beginning to realize that even the smallest habits like sipping coffee or sitting for too long can have a deep impact on your prostate health. But here's the truth, the habits coming next are even more dangerous. Some irritate your prostate with every meal. Others silently squeeze it from the inside, day after day. And habit number 1, it's the one almost every older man is guilty of. The silent enemy that keeps your prostate from ever getting a chance to heal. Keep watching, because the more you understand, the more power you have to take control and begin healing. Don't stop now, you're just a few steps away. The relief you've been searching for might be waiting in the very next segment. Habit 7, eating spicy food and processed meals. A warm meal with a little spicy kick, a slice of sausage, some cold cuts, or a steaming bowl of instant noodles. For many older adults, these are simple daily pleasures. But have you ever considered that these small but flavorful foods might be the very reason your prostate stays irritated and inflamed? Spicy foods, even just a bit of chili, pepper, or hot sauce, can trigger inflammatory responses throughout the body, including in the prostate. One spicy meal isn't a big deal, but if you eat spicy food every day, your prostate remains in a constant state of irritation, which can worsen symptoms like nighttime urination, frequent urges, and discomfort in the lower abdomen. And what about processed foods, cold cuts, sausages, canned goods, potato chips, instant noodles? These are packed with sodium, preservatives, and artificial flavorings. Such additives disrupt hormone balance and cause water retention, putting extra pressure on your urinary system and prostate. On top of that, processed foods are often loaded with saturated fats and hidden sugars, leading to weight gain and belly fat. And as we know, abdominal fat is one of the key risk factors for prostate enlargement as we age. The good news, you don't have to cut everything out. Just make smarter choices. Limit spicy foods to 1 to 2 times a week. Avoid packaged foods when possible. Cook at home with fresh ingredients. Focus on anti-inflammatory foods like dark leafy greens, berries, olive oil, salmon, ginger, and turmeric. Let your meals be medicine, not fuel for prostate irritation, because a healthy diet today is the first step to peaceful nights and days free from constant trips to the bathroom. Habit 6. Holding in urine for too long. Have you ever told yourself, "I'll go later. The bathroom's too far, just hold it a bit longer"? Or worse, "Every time I pee, I lose sleep. I'll just hold it in"? If you've made this a habit, you may be putting your bladder and your prostate under serious strain. When you hold in urine, your bladder stretches like an overinflated balloon. That excessive pressure not only tires and weakens the bladder walls, but it also presses directly down onto the prostate beneath it. The result: irritation, inflammation, and over time, gradual prostate enlargement. And it doesn't stop there. If you hold it in repeatedly, it can lead to something more dangerous: incomplete urination. You might feel like you've emptied your bladder, but a small amount of urine remains. And that leftover urine becomes the perfect breeding ground for bacteria, leading to infections and inflammation of the prostate. For older adults, the muscles that control the bladder and prostate are no longer as strong or elastic. When these tissues are stretched too often by holding in urine, they lose their ability to bounce back, making treatment much more difficult down the road. But the solution is simple: listen to your body. When you feel the urge to urinate, go. Don't delay just because you're tired, busy, or trying to avoid getting up. If nighttime trips are a concern, adjust your fluid intake in the evening, but don't cut back on water during the day. Remember, your bladder and prostate are closely linked. When one is under pressure, the other suffers too. Respect your body's natural signals. Something as simple as going to the bathroom when needed can help prevent a whole cascade of health issues in the future. Habit 5. Smoking and secondhand smoke. If you smoke or you regularly spend time around someone who does, your prostate may be suffering damage every single day with every breath, and you might not even know it. Tobacco smoke contains over 7,000 harmful chemicals. Many of these reduce blood flow, increase inflammation, and damage soft tissues including the prostate. When blood doesn't circulate properly, the prostate is deprived of oxygen and nutrients it needs to heal and regenerate. And when your body remains in a prolonged state of inflammation, the prostate gradually becomes enlarged, fibrotic, and more vulnerable to infection. Did you know smoking also raises your risk of prostate cancer? And it makes treatment far more difficult. Even worse, you don't have to be the one smoking to be affected. Breathing in secondhand smoke can cause significant damage, too. I once had a patient in his 70s, never smoked a single cigarette, but he lived with a smoker for over 40 years. When his prostate became severely enlarged, doctors were puzzled. Only after reviewing his daily habits did we discover he had unknowingly been a passive smoker for decades. Here's the good news: as soon as you stop smoking or remove yourself from smoky environments, your body begins to recover. Within weeks, your circulation improves. Within months, inflammation decreases significantly. And over time, your risk of prostate cancer drops. If you smoke, talk to your doctor. Consider joining a support group or using safe nicotine replacement options. And if you've already quit, protect yourself from secondhand smoke as if your health still depends on it. Because for your prostate, it absolutely does. Your prostate can't tell who lit the cigarette. It only knows it's being harmed. Habit 4. Skipping regular health checkups. Many men over 60 still think, "I can still pee. I feel fine. Why go see a doctor?" Or they stay silent about nighttime urination, weak flow, or that lingering discomfort down below, because they feel embarrassed or afraid of being judged. But here's the truth: the prostate is one of the most silent organs in the body. It doesn't scream with pain. It doesn't signal with fever or fatigue right away. It just quietly grows bit by bit until one day, you're losing sleep, rushing to the bathroom nonstop, or worse, dealing with urinary retention or infection. And sadly, many cases are only discovered when it's already too late. But all it takes is one simple step. Just one checkup a year, a quick PSA blood test, painless and easy, and a brief physical exam by your doctor to detect even the smallest changes in your prostate. When caught early, you can often manage prostate issues with diet, exercise, and lifestyle changes without needing medication or surgery. But if you wait until you're peeing blood or unable to urinate at all, things become far more complicated. You don't need to feel ashamed. Taking care of your prostate isn't weakness. It's a sign of strength, courage, and real responsibility. For your health, your dignity, and your family. Think of your annual checkup like taking your car in for a tune-up. Only this time, it's not just a car, it's your body. And it's the only one you'll ever have to carry you through the rest of life's journey. Habit 3. Eating too much red meat. A meal without meat just doesn't feel complete. That's a mindset many men over 60 still carry, eating red meat daily. A slice of beef at lunch, grilled ribs for dinner, maybe a sausage with breakfast. But what most don't realize is red meat, especially processed meats, is one of the silent enemies of your prostate, studies have shown. A high intake of red meat increases inflammation throughout the body. Saturated fats in red meat can disrupt hormone balance, especially by lowering natural testosterone, making the prostate more sensitive and prone to swelling. Preservatives and additives in sausage, deli meats, and smoked meats build up over time, putting extra strain on the liver, kidneys, and urinary system, including your prostate. And as we age, our digestion slows down. Red meat takes longer to break down. If consumed too often, it doesn't just lead to weight gain and belly fat, it contributes to chronic inflammation that makes it much harder for the prostate to heal. But the solution isn't cutting out meat entirely, it's eating smarter. Limit red meat to just 1 to 2 times per week. Choose fresh cuts over processed options. Start replacing some meals with healthier protein sources. Ocean fish, lentils, eggs, lean chicken, or vegetable-based soups and stews that are gentle on the gut and easy to digest. You don't have to give up the foods you love, but you can help your prostate breathe easier just by adjusting the frequency and quality of what's on your plate. Because every meal today doesn't just feed your body, it shapes the future of your health. Habit 2. Belly fat. You might think, belly fat just makes me look out of shape, it's not that serious. But the truth is, especially for men over 60, belly fat is far more than just a cosmetic issue. It's a clear signal that your body is living in a state of chronic inflammation. Visceral fat, the fat deep inside your abdomen, isn't just sitting there quietly. It actively produces inflammatory chemicals and disrupts hormones like testosterone and estrogen. And what does that lead to? An irritated, enlarged prostate, followed by symptoms like nighttime urination, weak stream, and even pain during urination. Belly fat also places physical pressure on the pelvic region where the prostate lives. Just imagine, every step, every time you sit or stand, that extra weight presses down on your urinary system, forcing your bladder and prostate to work harder every single day. Even worse, excess weight increases your risk of diabetes, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol, all of which negatively affect prostate health and sexual function. So what can you do? You don't need to drop 20 pounds overnight. Just start small. Walk 15 minutes a day. Eat more slowly and chew thoroughly. Cut down on sugar, especially soda, cookies, and sugary desserts. Add more fiber and dark leafy greens to your meals. Even losing just 5 to 7 pounds around your waist can bring noticeable relief. In your sleep, your energy, and your daily trips to the bathroom. Remember, a waist under 40 inches 100 centimeters isn't just a number. It's a powerful sign of reduced risk for prostate enlargement and a body that's aging well. And most importantly, it's how you tell your body, I still want to live well, move freely, and stay in control until the very end. You've made it through 9 habits with me. Small, everyday things that seemed harmless. But have been silently inflaming your prostate day by day. Now, only one habit remains. And I'll be honest, this isn't about food or exercise. This one is different. It's something that quietly damages your prostate from the inside, hour by hour, day by day. And almost no one realizes it. It won't show up on a blood test. You can't measure it with a tape around your waist. But it affects every cell, every hormone, and your body's ability to naturally heal. If you've stayed with me this far, don't stop now. This final habit may be the very reason why everything you've tried so far hasn't worked. Stay just a few minutes more to understand, to change, and to begin the healing process. Habit 1. Chronic stress. No one sees it, no one hears it. But it's there in every shallow breath, every restless night, every sigh you let out without knowing why. It's stress. Quiet, invisible, yet slowly destroying your body from the inside, starting with your prostate. When you live under constant stress, whether from finances, loneliness, health concerns, or things you can't even name, your body produces cortisol, the stress hormone. And when cortisol stays elevated day after day, it leads to widespread inflammation, hormonal imbalance, a weakened immune system, and places your prostate in a constant state of irritation and swelling. That's not all. Stress tightens the muscles in your pelvic region. Blood flow slows, oxygen is limited. The nerves surrounding the prostate become hypersensitive, causing pain, discomfort, and more frequent urination. You may find yourself peeing more often, sleeping less, and feeling drained even without lifting a finger. Here's the sad part. Many older adults live with stress for decades and never learn how to release it. They get used to carrying it, to holding it in, to staying silent. But today, you can choose differently. Take just 10 minutes a day to breathe slowly, deeply. Go for a walk, not to exercise, but to relax. Listen to your favorite old song. Call a friend you haven't spoken to in a while. Write a few lines in a journal. And if you can't smile, even a small one. Because when your mind begins to relax, your body begins to heal. Your prostate needs that peace to recover, to restore, to feel relief again. So now you've seen it. Point 10: seemingly small habits. But if ignored, they can lead to years of discomfort, sleepless nights, and more serious conditions. You don't need to change everything overnight. Just pick one habit that feels right and do it consistently. Drink more water, move more, laugh more, sleep deeper. Your prostate will feel it and it will thank you.